Okay, Saturday definitely took a step forward, but it was far from clean. Still a lot of areas of improvement, must improve. You always have to improve, but you know, I don't think you know, the players want to look at the score and feel like, yep, okay, we're there, because we're definitely not. I mean, defensively, we gave up 9 plays of 15 yards or more. I mean, they had drives of 63, 64, 44, and 50 consecutively. And we had a number of missed assignments, poor alignments to fastballs, particularly in the middle of the field where they're going fast, so we're not aligned correctly. And really the play of the game is Jamari Sharp's strip, where it's 28-9 in the second half, and they get a big play, and if they go in and score, it's going to be 28-16. He makes a great play. And on the very next play, we run the reverse for a touchdown, so it's 35-9. But on that particular play, the ball's in the middle of the field. They come out and empty 3-by-2, and we set the strength wrong. And then they motioned a 4-by-1, and we got guys all over the place. And so, you know, we got to do a better job of that. But I do think the last 2 teams we've played in terms of getting aligned are some of the bigger challenges we'll face this year because of their tempo, particularly this last team who had a lot of, they could go extremely fast, and then they had some oddball formations you had to adjust to. Offensively, you know, we still had 6 or 7 missed opportunities that we need to convert on. On the plus side, it was good to go 7 for 7 touchdowns in the red area on offense. Defense, the first 4 series, 3 and out. And the last 4 series, they had 1 first down. We won the turnover ratio 2-0. We had 14 TFLs on defense. Teams were good. All the kickoffs were out of the end zone. We blocked a punt. We had a 35-yard return. So things to build on, got to get better, and it's an early game Friday night.
Seth in front, Zach.
Yeah, Curt, when you talk about things that need to be cleaned up from the first few games, I guess how many lingering issues have you seen, I guess, between both games? Like, are more of these kind of, you know, common issues between, you know, both Old Dominion and Kennesaw State, or just kind of, you know, individual things that have popped up one game, different?
I think every game is different, without a doubt. And, you know, you come out of this game and you can say, okay, offense improved in certain areas. Teams was still very consistently good. And defense gave up too many chunk plays. And they had an opportunity for more chunk plays that they didn't execute. We also had a lot of nice defensive explosives and TFLs. But, you know, we missed tackles at linebacker more. We had some misfits. Safeties were out of position quite a few times. So got to get lined up quicker. Communication's got to be cleaner. And there needs to be a little bit more attention to detail in our preparation in the back end.
Zach, in this.
And Curt, how do you talk about some of the tackles for loss? I think it was 14, and there was certainly kind of a lot of pressure, a lot of penetration. Mm-hmm. Do you see some of the, like, what's the difference in your mind between maybe some, when you see those chunk plays, it being structural issues within the defense, or it being just individual missed assignments, or bad footwork, or just?
It's always somebody not doing what they're supposed to do. Always. Whether it's a missed tackle, a poor read, a poor fit, you know, an alignment issue.
Yes, Pete.
With the receivers, they had some drops in the first half, it looked like, and there was a couple the previous week. How's kind of the chemistry with Fernando kind of developing with them, and what have you kind of seen from the group as a whole through the first 2 weeks?
No, I thought the pass game took a step forward. I think, you know, I'm not a stat guy, but I think it was 21 or 28 for about 285 touchdowns. That's pretty good. There was one drop. True drop, EJ on the RPO, you know, routine play. If you're talking about Surratt's, that's one where Fernando had a guy in his face and ball was a little behind him. It was hard to see on tape. You know, tough catch, it looked like. We took a step forward. I mean, there's no denying that.
Pete and Danny, and then Matt.
Curt, the performance you're getting from Warren and, you know, punting, You didn't
I'm sorry,
expect him.
I can't
The
hear.
performance you're getting from Warren in punting, you didn't necessarily expect that, but he seems to be stepping up.
Yeah, the punter's got a little bit of an issue, the first team guy. He's sort of day to day, but we've always had a lot of confidence in Quinn. And, the first one that we downed inside the 5 was a little bit of a low kick, and we got a good bounce. But, he's really capable of booming the ball, and he did a nice job.
Matt, upper right, and Daniel.
Hey, Coach. I'm sure it's not perfect, but it seems like perimeter blocking has been pretty solid. You guys run some good runs. One guy looks like he's doing a nice job, Riley Nowakowski, kind of filling that Zach Horton role. Just your thoughts on how he's doing. And it's kind of the dirty work. Nobody talks about it, but he seems like he's playing well there.
Yeah, he was a player of the game on offense, sort of an unsung hero. High effort, high character, gives you everything he's got, play in, play out, really dependable. Really played well Saturday, scored a touchdown too, caught a pass early. The effort on the reverse by him and others downfield was really nice to see, and good player.
Daniel on your left, and Jim.
You'll have more clarity on Lou this week, but at that spot, I want to say you said it was thin. Do you like who you have after Lou, and just what have you kind of seen? Chung played last few weeks as well. Just that whole spot there.
What was the last part of your question?
You played, Chung last week. That spot after Lou. Do you like who you have there at
Right.
safety?
That one's sort of day-to-day depending on health status of a guy or two. So we got to get better at safety. We play 3 of them. We play a rover, a free safety, and a strong safety. They're capable of playing. They're not playing bad, but they're capable of playing better.
Jim in front, and Zach B.
Coach, you mentioned the offense and the passing game stepping up 5 touchdown passes, but yet the running game was still right there. I think you guys were within 15 yards of being balanced on both sides. What are you still wanting to see from your offense as you move forward?
Well, you don't want to leave plays out on the field. When you have opportunities, you want to cash in on those opportunities because, as we move forward, the windows will get tighter, et cetera, et cetera. So you don't want to leave plays out on the field.
Zach B in front, and Sammy.
Coach, you mentioned with the chunk plays, you guys got to get set quicker and whatnot. Is that on Coach Haynes? Is that on Aiden getting the message to the defense quicker? Who is that kind of responsibility fall on to get you guys set quicker?
Yeah, the calls are getting in quick enough, and the communication from Aiden's getting done quick enough. Now, one time maybe he set the strength to the right, and maybe he could have set it to the left. But, the guys in the back end got to get lined up faster. And it's a safety position primarily.
Sammy on your right, and Josh.
Coach, Indiana State has played both their quarterbacks. It looked like one half and then the second half. What challenges do they present to you, and how difficult is it to plan for 2 guys playing?
Yeah, well, they're doing a nice job on offense, scoring 40 points a game. They're fairly balanced, playing a couple running backs. They're doing a nice job throwing the ball. The starter's completing about 77% of his passes. Defensively, they're doing a nice job as well. So I'm sure they're going to come in excited to play. And, I want to see us play a clean game.
Josh in front, and we'll wrap with Ken.
Coach, with a Friday night game, how does the preparation with a short week change things?
Yeah, we'll keep Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday will be a little shorter. And then, we'll have a meeting with the players, Friday late morning. And then get them back to the hotel and play the game. So we don't alter our routine a ton. I may cut some reps during the week in practice. Yeah.
Ken up top, last one.
Back to Saturday, late in the first half, you get the ball back after a score is 28 seconds. You got a couple of timeouts. What is the discussion there about what you're going to do in that situation?
Yeah, that's 2 minutes before the half.
Is that kind of a common thing, or is it just case by case?
Okay, that's 2 minutes before the half. And if you do go into a 2-minute drill, you're trying to steal a score. You don't have to score, right? And we like to be fairly aggressive there, but everything depends on the circumstances of the game. I felt like they had a little momentum going after, we didn't kick the field goal. They put a couple drives together. And we had sort of flopped around our last series or 2 on offense. And so, you know, if we would have spit a run, we would have used a timeout, but, you know, we didn't. And, you know, I was ready to get to the locker room, regroup a little bit.